I think all of you know my name is Judy Johnson. I've been your host for these sessions, but I'm also your presenter today. I am a registered and licensed dietitian, licensed to practice in the state of Kansas. I'm a research instructor in the Department of Population Health at the KU School of Medicine in Wichita. I spent 18 years practicing clinical and management dietetics in hospitals in the Wichita area before leaving dietetic practice in 1989 and going into public health research and practice. So I have a lot of years of practicing dietetics, and I have maintained my credentials even though I don't practice per se. We're going to talk about healthy eating after cancer today. I am also a 27-year survivor of breast cancer, so this is a topic that's near and dear to my heart. There are some special dietary considerations, and I've listed a number of those, and we'll talk briefly about each of those. Food insecurity is a huge issue with cancer simply because our costs are associated with medical costs, with travel to treatment and the lodging. At the same time, we have increased financial requirements, and at the same time, we often are unable to work, and so we may have lost wages. Our caregiver may be working less hours or be unable to work. We may have childcare costs that we didn't have when we were at home. In terms of nutrition, you may be trying to purchase supplements. You may need to access a dietitian, and fortunately, dietitians are reimbursable with most insurance programs now. But you may have other side effects that limit what you can eat. And you need to be paying a special attention to your dietary quality. So food insecurity can be an issue with cancer, and often is an issue. If you're having trouble affording food, ask your provider for a food prescription. There are a lot of communities that have food prescription. However, it does require a partnership between the hospital or clinic and a local farmers market, community supported agriculture that we call CSA, which is a subscription service with local producers. Or it may be a partnership with a grocery store that you would have a prescription that would allow you to use vouchers to acquire food. Don't be embarrassed to use food pantries and food banks. That's what they're there for. They're for the people that need it in the community. The Supplemental Nutrition Assistance Program, or SNAP, is a government program that allows you to have monthly stipend to use for food. There are some limits as to what foods can and cannot be purchased on SNAP, and many farmers markets now take SNAP. The Double Up Food Program, Double Up Food Bucks program is available throughout the state at farmers markets. In Wichita, I've given you the link there. If you're outside of Wichita, there is a different link. And that, again, allows you to get some vouchers that double up the amount that you're spending. So if you spend $20 at the farmer's market, you get $40 worth of food instead of $20. If you are pregnant or have a child under the age of 2, talk to your local health department about the WIC, or Women, Infant, and Children program. And if you have children of school age, be sure and sign them up for the National School Lunch Program that allows for free or reduced price meals at school. For the elderly, the Meals on Wheels program is great. So there are community resources that help with food insecurity. There's a lot of research has been done, but we have not seen a specific formula for staving off another bout of cancer other than the general guidelines I've given you, and combine that with weight control and exercise. Many of the epidemiologic studies show that people who eat diets rich in fruits and vegetables with limited amounts of meat and animal fat have lower rates of cancer, including lung, breast, colon, and stomach cancers. And while we don't totally understand how red meat promotes inflammation in human tissue, it is believed to stimulate growth of cancerous tumors. And that's why the recommendation is that you limit the amount of red meat that you consume. We know that plant foods contain antioxidants such as beta carotene, lycopene, and vitamins A, C, and E, and these all protect the cells from free radicals, which are unstable molecules that damage healthy cells and are linked to aging and disease. Phytochemicals are also found in fruits and vegetables, legumes, and grains, and they are compounds that may thwart the action of carcinogens or cancer-causing substances and aid cells in blocking the development of cancer. Phytochemicals, as I said, are chemical compounds that are produced by plants, and when combined with regular exercise, a balanced plant-based diet that provides a variety of beneficial phytochemicals and phytonutrients can contribute to overall health. Plant-based food is the best way to get valuable phytochemicals into the body, and plants are the only natural source of phytochemicals. As you can see with the references at the bottom of the slide, this research has been done for a number of years. A lot of it was done in the late 90s and the early 2000s. So this is something we've known for a while. Phytoestrogens are also an issue of discussion. Phytoestrogens are found in soy products, whole grain, dried beans, and in some vegetables. They are estrogen-like in their cellular action. And I know back in 1995, when I had breast cancer, the recommendation was to not ever eat soy products. And there's been a lot more research since then, and we now know that that may not be the case. Epidemiological data suggests that there's a breast cancer protective role for phytoestrogens, and there's some supporting clinical data, but it's not conclusive. So I can't make a recommendation one way or the other based on the research. We know that age, phytoestrogen type, and the cancer subtype, concentration and dose have all been observed as factors to determine how phytoestrogens will affect breast cancer. Right now, the recommendation is that women who have estrogen receptor positive tumors should not increase their phytoestrogen intake without a discussion with their healthcare team. Alcohol consumption is linked with higher circulating levels of estrogen. Excuse me. And alcohol can also cause tissue damage or increase the ability of carcinogens to damage the mouth, the pharynx, esophagus, colon, and liver. Alcoholic beverages are concentrated sources of calories that contribute to weight gain. And as we've been talking, excess weight and weight gain increase the risk of at least 12 different forms of cancer. So the recommendation is to limit alcohol consumption. Men should have no more than 2 drinks per day, women no more than 1 drink per day. And we talked about what is considered a drink as 12 ounces of beer, 5 ounces of wine, or 1.5 ounces of distilled spirits. So what about supplements? The recommendations of a number of research studies is that food, not supplements, is the best source of vitamins and minerals. There's no evidence that dietary supplements provide the same anti-cancer benefits as fruits and vegetables, and some high-dose supplements may actually increase cancer risk. The Continuous Update Project, excuse me, and I've given you the reference on the side of the slide there on the right-hand side. In their 2018 report, the panel advises against the use of supplements against specific cancers and advises those people who may benefit from supplementation should consult their healthcare provider before starting supplementation. So don't just arbitrarily start taking dietary supplements. What about organic foods? I always have people ask, should I be eating an all organic diet? The research on the nutritional benefits of organic fruits and vegetables is mixed. There have been no really good studies examining whether organic produce is better at preventing cancer or cancer recurrence than non-organic produce. Let me let Karen in. Stephanie Myers, who is a senior clinical nutritionist at the Dana-Farber Cancer Center in Boston, tells her clients to buy whatever produce they like and rinse all fruits and vegetables thoroughly in clean water. And I would recommend the same. Be sure that you wash your fruits and vegetables thoroughly in just clean water. Buying organic food is a personal choice, and cancer survivors do themselves no harm by not choosing to go organic. So that's, again, that's an individual choice. There's a lot of discussion about GMOs or genetically modified crops. Genetically modified crops are made by adding genes to plants to give them desired qualities, such as being resistant to pests or having better flavor. At this time, there's no evidence that food made with GMO crops are harmful to health or that they affect cancer risk. There's also a lot of discussion about gluten these days. Gluten is a protein in wheat, rye, and barley, and it is safe for most people. People with celiac disease should avoid eating gluten. For people without celiac disease, there's no evidence linking a gluten-free diet with lower cancer risk. There are many studies linking whole grains, including those with gluten, with a lower risk of colon cancer. So eating whole wheat bread and whole wheat cereals, which are not gluten-free, has not been linked to cancer risk and has been actually shown to reduce risk. There is no scientific evidence to support claims that drinking only juice for 1 or more days, a juice cleanse, reduces cancer risk or provides other health benefits. A diet limited to juice may lack some other important nutrients in some cases and may lead to health problems, and certainly a juice diet is not high in fiber. And this is based on the American Cancer Society's updated recommendations from June 2020. What about vegetarian diets? Vegetarian diets are plant-based. They tend to be low in saturated fat, high in fiber, high in vitamins and phytochemicals. There's no direct evidence that determined whether consuming a vegetarian diet has any additional benefits for the prevention of cancer recurrence over diets high in vegetables, fruits, and whole grains and low in red meats. So we don't have any evidence that says a vegetarian diet is going to be more beneficial than just simply limiting the red meats and increasing fruits, vegetables, and whole grains in a regular diet. What about vegetarian or vegan diets? Vegetarian diets differ with respect to inclusion of dairy foods, fish, and/or eggs, but avoiding red meat is a universal feature. Fish, dairy products or both contain sufficient quality and quantity of protein, and a vegetarian diet that contains these foods typically has a nutrient content similar to the regular omnivorous diet. A vegan diet excludes all animal foods and animal products, and you can meet your protein needs if nuts, seeds, legumes, and cereal grain products are consumed in sufficient quantities, although you may need to supplement B12 and possibly vitamin D to meet needs for vitamins. If you're going to make those changes, I highly recommend that you visit with a registered dietitian and the rest of your healthcare team. So in summary, what am I recommending? I put my picture over here of the guy spinning plates at the circus to remind you to work on one thing at a time. The person spinning the plates at the circuit doesn't put all 6 of the plates on at once. They put one at a time and get one going, and then they add another one. So think of one behavior change at a time. Do you want to work on your environment, or do you want to work on increasing fruits and vegetables? Do you want to work on limiting your red meat? What one thing do you want to work on, and do that until that's a comfortable habit, and then add another thing. Don't try to do it alone. Invite family, friends, and coworkers to join you on the journey. Be very transparent about what you're doing and why you're doing it, and ask people to do it with you. It's very difficult to maintain a healthy diet if other people that are in your environment are not eating healthy with you. And then finally, modify the environments where you live, learn, work, play, and pray to support healthy behaviors. Think about what foods are available in your workplace and how you can influence that to be healthier options. Is your only option to bring your own food, or can you talk with people in administrative areas about making other things available? I know I do a lot of work with faith communities, and we talk about what's available at faith-based food events and how we can encourage people to bring more fruits and vegetables and less whipped cream and jello and fried foods. So think about how you change your environments so that healthy eating is an easier option.